Have content creators become so obsessed with views, engagement, and monetization that the safety and well-being of their children has taken a backseat? Why would any parent think smashing a whole cake into a baby's face is funny or entertaining? The child looked terrified and confused. No, big boy is not okay. You've just slammed an entire cake in his face on camera. And for what? For views? Saucy and booty should never appear in the same sentence as baby, ever. Hey loves, so today's video is a tough one because what you're about to see honestly left me disturbed. And it all happened within the same week. I came across a series of viral clips on the streets of social media. And the bizarre part is that every single one of them centered around the same theme. Parents who are content creators crossing dangerous lines just to create content. We're talking about moms and dads so carried away with social media, so obsessed with capturing everything for views, that they've started maltreating their children, even babies, all for engagement. And what's even scarier, they didn't seem to even see anything wrong with it. Not even for a second. Now, I'll be showing you 4 disturbing examples that I stumbled upon all within the same weeks. And guys, I was appalled. It honestly says so much about the world that we live in right now. How people are losing consciousness of what is appropriate, what's safe and what's sacred when it comes to their children. So let's get into the first one. It's from a content creator named Olivia who has over 2.7 million followers on TikTok. Her page mainly focuses on family, hairstyles, and lifestyle videos. But this particular video, which has now gained over 25 million views on TikTok alone, was shocking. Take a look. Guys, honestly, when I first watched that, my heart dropped. The way she picked up that little boy who looks maybe about 2 or 3 years old and flung him onto the bed was just unbelievable. And as if that wasn't bad enough, she then lifts the bed, the entire bed, lifts it up with the child still on it, suspending it in the air. At that point, I was horrified. So many things could have gone wrong because that move wasn't safe. It was not funny and definitely not content. The child could have been trapped, suffocated by pillows, or even seriously injured. It was one of those moments that makes you stop and think, how did we get here? How did social media push people this far? To the point where putting a child in danger is just another trending TikTok video. And the more traumatizing part of all this is that whilst the bed is up and she's busy pulling out duvet from the storage underneath, you can hear the child crying. Let me play that clip again for you. Then her husband walks in and that's when the performance begins. Suddenly switches into content creator mode, acting out a whole scene. Pretending to be the strong woman who can lift up a child or lift up a bed when her husband is not around. The moment he enters the room, she switches. She starts performing weaknesses. Oh, I'm pregnant. I need help. All to create this cute, relatable couple moments with her audience. But here's the disturbing part. While she's acting and creating this content, her son is still crying. The bed is still suspended in the air. The child is still distressed. And yet she doesn't stop filming. Her husband even goes as far as offering her water while their child is suspended on the bed crying. When her husband lowers the bed and picks up their son, if you look closely, you can see his face. Red, puffy and distressed from crying. And that's where my heart broke. Because there is no universe where I could be filming content and hear my child cry, not stop everything to comfort them. There's no universe. Like, it makes you ask, have content creators become so obsessed with views, engagement and monetization that the safety and well-being of their children has taken a backseat? And this isn't just about one influencer, this is a wider problem. It's a reflection of where social media culture has gone, where every moment has to be filmed, every emotion has to be exaggerated, and even a child's distress becomes part of the storyline. Look, I have nothing against content creators, but there is a line. And the moment your need for content starts to come before your child's safety, that line has been crossed. Your children should always come first, every single time. Before the views, before the algorithms, before the brand deals. Guys, that video went viral. People all over TikTok and Instagram were calling her out for the way she treated her son. But it didn't stop there. The very next day she came back with another video saying that one of her followers had reported her to the police. And of course, in full content creator style, she recorded the entire interaction. Take a look.
Hi guys, good morning. So I'm just waking up this morning and I got surprise visitors in the house. So I got police in my house actually. Yeah. Very shocking. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Married to have a quick look in his room.
Yeah, that's fine, you can
Like
come.
I explained to you.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not something that we said that we've got concern for necessarily. Obviously, someone made a report that they've got concerns for your child. Is this his room, is it?
No, this is my room.
No. Is he sleeping cot, I'm guessing?
He sleeps with me.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Obviously, I'm happy with everything, all the conditions and everything in the house. I'm happy with the situation and stuff.
Of course.
Obviously, I've just had to come to make sure that everything was okay.
I'm going to post the video for them to see that you came around, so...
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Like I said, I've got no concern myself. Yeah.
And I think somebody that is, I don't know. This is just so scary because this is the first time a police person is coming into my house. So
there's nothing to be worried about.
I don't even understand why some people are just so...
All right, we'll leave you to it anyway. But thank you for letting us in.
Okay, yeah.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, so guys, whoever reported, I know I hope you can see that they came and there's nothing to be worried about. Let me give them very bright video. Let's watch.
Yeah. All right. Right. No worries. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Now, obviously, a lot of people found that first video, the initial video, disturbing. And that's why someone, a concerned viewer, reported it. But then you had a few people saying, why would anyone report her? It's not their business. And I want to pause right there. Because the moment you post your life publicly on the internet, it becomes everyone's business. If your page isn't private and you're sharing your family to millions of strangers, then yes, people are allowed to respond, react, and even report what they see as unsafe behavior. Someone didn't call the police because they hate her. They called because they were genuinely worried about that child's safety. And still, her defenders kept saying, but she's a wonderful mother. Listen, being a wonderful mother doesn't excuse this. She recorded that video, she edited it, she watched it back. She had multiple chances to stop and think, wait, this doesn't look right. I mean, for me watching it, within the first few seconds of that video, I knew this was off. But instead, she watched it all the way through and still posted it. That's what's worrying because it shows a complete lack of reflection, a complete detachment from the seriousness of what happened. And when the police came, instead of sitting back to reevaluate, she turned that into content too. Almost like a taunt. You call the police on me, hey, look, they found nothing. At that point, it became clear. It wasn't about her child anymore. It was about views, validation, and viral moments. And it didn't stop there. After the police left, she uploaded another video. This time, it looked like there was some sort of emergency, like she was having a panic attack or like she was struggling to breathe.
He's okay, he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. It's okay, my love. It's well.
I'll be honest, I don't know if this was genuine or if it was performative, but here's what's confusing. If you're having a panic attack, the last thing you'll think to do is to set up a camera. And a lot of people called her out for this in the comment section because somehow she still managed to film herself in that private moment. And that's where I just had to ask, at what point do we put the phone down and recognize that not every single emotion, every single breakdown needs to be captured and posted? The police showing up should have been a wake-up call. That was the moment to pause, to reflect, to say maybe I took it too far. But instead, she doubled down. The original video stayed up. The follow-up videos kept coming and it all became a cycle. Post, outrage, defend, repeat. To me, this was an opportunity for accountability. For her to simply say, hey, I messed up. I got carried away trying to entertain, but that moment never came. These videos are still up. And what's even worse is that she and her husband do not see anything wrong with it. And that's what makes it so sickening. And that's the real tragedy here, because if content creation makes you so numb to your own child's distress, then something is deeply wrong with how social media is shaping parenting today. Anyways, guys, moving on to the next video. This one bothered me on so many levels. Take a look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 6-month birthday to 3. Happy birthday to you. Blow. Make a wish. Blow. Blow, buddy. I got you. Okay, let's go. You ready? You ready? Ooh. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, look at you. Oh boy. Come on. You okay, big boy? Okay. Nice. Yeah.
The first thing that immediately worried me was the candle, that little flame on that cake. I was just thinking, oh my God, please let there be no accident. Please let that candle not go near the baby. Please let that fire not touch the baby. Because this dad is holding a cake with a lit candle just inches away from his 6-month-old baby's face. 6 months. And he's saying things like, blow buddy, make a wish. Sir, he's 6 months old. He can't blow a candle. You blow it and take it away before someone gets hurt. Fast. At that point, I was already nervous watching. But nothing, I mean nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. He takes the full cake and smashes it into the baby's face. A 6-month-old, completely smothered in frosting. You could barely even see the child's face. Just the whites of his eyes peeking through the mess. And then he says, beautiful. I'm sorry, what is beautiful about that? Why would any parent think smashing a whole cake into a baby's face is funny or entertaining? The child looked terrified and confused. And as if that wasn't enough, he goes on to spray some party spray all over the baby while the child is still covered in cake, probably struggling to process what just happened. Then he leans in, licks the frosting off the baby's face and says, are you okay, big boy? No, big boy is not okay. You've just slammed an entire cake in his face on camera. And for what? For views? For a funny family moment on TikTok? And I kept thinking, who is filming this? Because it sounds like someone, possibly the mother, is behind the camera. And she's completely fine with all this? Once again, we're seeing parents who prioritize content over care. Views over values. And virality over safety. This video got over 10 million views and the reactions was not good at all. People were disgusted and rightly so. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Someone said, I feel like I just witnessed a crime. Another person says, the baby the next time he sees a cake, and they've put this visual image to depict that. Someone says, what kind of humiliation ritual is this? Someone said, it started with the cake then the spray, then the licking. Hello, police. Someone said, if this is only for 6 months, what will you do at 1 year? Someone said, I don't know. It kind of felt like bullying at some point. Someone says, who needs enemies when you have a dad like that? And someone says, I don't know about this. I don't either. Another person says, I did not expect that. To be honest, I didn't. And someone says, where the mum at? Because I'm wondering where the mum's at too. Someone says, that's not right. Another person says, do we not like the baby? Someone else says, maybe I'm too sensitive. But another person says, my reaction from the start of the video to the end. And they put an image depicting their reaction. It's heartbreaking because these aren't isolated cases anymore. They're becoming a trend, a new genre of family content that's less about family and more about performance. And what's scariest of all is that these videos are being rewarded with millions of views, millions of likes, and algorithm that even pushes them further. Guys, moving on to the third video, and this one left me absolutely stunned. Take a look. So right away, there are two major things wrong with this video. First, let's start with the caption of that video. It says, me worried she's getting too chubby. Now, let's just pause for a second. You have a mother holding up her baby, and making a joke about her being too chubby. That's not funny. That's fat shaming a baby. Why on earth would you be worried about your baby being chubby? That baby looks perfectly healthy to me. It's concerning because when mothers start to project unnecessary worries like that on their children, it plants seeds. Seeds of insecurity, seeds of self-doubt. As a child grows up, those same words become their inner voice. A voice that says, you're too big, you don't look right, even when there's absolutely nothing wrong. So yes, that one line is already disturbing, but as if that wasn't bad enough, the dad walks in, and this is where it gets worse. He comes in, he looks his daughter up and down as though he was checking her out and starts dancing to the song lyrics. Lyrics that at first I thought it said, I see a body with a booty. And honestly guys, when I heard that, I was absolutely appalled. But when I looked it up and looked into the lyrics a bit further, it actually says, I see a thoughty with a booty. Let's break that down. I looked into Google to see what a thoughty means. And it says it's someone behaving or dressing in a sexually permissive way. Now tell me, at what point did they think that was the appropriate song to use for a baby? Why would you look at a baby, your baby, and even associate those words with them? Thoughty and booty should never appear in the same sentence as baby, ever. They couldn't think of another song like Baby Shark Doo 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 Doo. If that father had chosen to do that trend with his wife, okay, fine. Adult to adult. But doing it to a child, to a song like that, it's just disturbing on so many levels. And the sad thing is, they didn't see anything wrong with it. They filmed it, listened back to that audio, edited it, and posted it. And still didn't pause to ask, wait, is this appropriate? That's what this social media culture has done. People are no longer thinking, they're just reacting. They're chasing views, chasing virality, chasing trends, without stopping to consider how far they've drifted from what's acceptable. And it's not just tone deaf, it's deeply inappropriate. The body gestures, the song choice, and the whole setup. It's sickening when you really think about it. And here's what happened next. The backlash was massive. That account, which had over 702,000 followers, has now privated their account after viewers called them out for that video. Again, that's another example of parents forgetting themselves in the race for online attention and losing sight of what's sacred, the innocence of their child. Guys, the final video, this one honestly left me breathless. I held my breath watching this because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Take a look. So here's this mother swinging her baby carelessly from left, right, and center. At one point, she's even swinging her child with one hand. You can see the baby's crying, visibly distressed. But instead of comforting her, the mum keeps tossing her around like she's performing for the camera. She pushes the child's head down with force, hangs her upside down by the leg, and keeps swinging her as though she's some kind of doll. This is not only dangerous, it's absolutely reckless parenting. And to make matters worse, she's doing it outside on concrete. If that child slipped and hit her head on the ground, the damage could be catastrophic. It's carelessness at its highest level, and all for social media views. Once again, we're seeing parents treating their children like props instead of people. Refusing to stop and ask the most basic question, is this safe? As a mother, I was truly disturbed by every single one of these clips, and that's why I had to bring them here. Shine a light on what this world is becoming because of social media validation, because of social media clout. And for those who try to dismiss this by saying people are just jealous, let's be clear, that's absolute nonsense. This isn't about jealousy, it's about safety, decency, and basic common sense. At the same time, I'm glad that we're in a generation where we're not afraid to call this behavior out, and we will keep calling it out. So to everyone out there who still has sense, please keep speaking up. Keep holding people accountable, because the more outrage we show, the clearer the message becomes. We will not tolerate this kind of behavior on our social media streets or anywhere else. Guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on my next video. Till next time, guys. Bye.